Hey, good morning, Instructional Services staff. Here is our weekly update. Let's get started right away. Again, these are our two driving questions. How can I best serve your needs as you serve the learning needs of children, and how will I know that I am meeting your needs and leading learning? We typically find out how we know by the feedback that we get. And I want to cover a couple things this week to help direct our compass a little bit. First off, happenings at exploring digital media curriculum options. One of the things that we need to begin talking about, regardless of what the future of a hybrid school environment would be, or the IT product. We know that blended learning is a key point of instructional best practices, and that's something that we need to start incorporating as much as possible. And the question comes up, resources to support a blended and standalone learning experience. Where do we get them? How do we get there? What's the plan to get there? And one of the things that I've been working on, and we'll start to share with Teaching and Learning, is a step-by-step process to be able to identify a plan to populate digital media content for standalone courses and courses that would be blended should there become a need to provide a hybrid school. And this is a starting point, but first off, we would have to identify all Michigan Merit Curriculum courses and any courses that would be high-frequency electives. Next step would be to identify and place all Common Core standards within those Michigan Merit Curriculum courses, and identify and place Common Core standards that would be in high-frequency elective courses. So what we're doing is we're building an instructional program here for 9-12. At that point, we'd have to, I believe, start with the end in mind by creating final exams that would be able to be utilized as a pre- and post-test type format, and that would help serve our evaluation needs to provide that year's growth model. We again would do that for required courses and high-frequency electives. At that point, we'd move on to develop a scope and sequence to be able to fractionalize or departmentalize or compartmentalize this process of instruction, so that we can create units of learning that are in manageable time periods that would fit both trimester and traditional schedule, as well as block. Then we would have to create a form a layered of I'd like to put it in a Glockster, so that we would have almost like an interactive poster of what that course would be, that has layers and depth that would go all the way down to the actual unit itself. And then the last piece would be to take all that information, populate it into a Moodle, and then at that point that Moodle then can be shared with local districts, can be shared with others, can be built upon and improved upon, and ultimately can be linked to probably Curriculum Crafter, and also be linked to the IT tool should that become developed. And so this would be somewhat of a mental mind map of how we would explore the development of this concept. So looking at that, that's a pretty steep agenda. Now, instructional services structure, I think we've come to the conclusion that other than some tweaks, we know that we have to serve in a regional team. We also have to serve with some specific areas. That's the feedback that's been provided. Now the question is, well, when will they see in local districts this team in action? I've mapped out a plan here that we're working on articulation of the dates. But in the January regional meeting, the plan would be that these teams would be present when the regional team of superintendents meet, so that they can develop an understanding of what the team is. That team would give a presentation as to what their services would be. We would follow up throughout January and February to be able to facilitate the Common Core audit that Teaching and Learning is working to develop right now. That same audit was shared at KSA in its preliminary forms, and also shared at KLC. And then at the KSA February meeting, the teams would have a report prepared to be shared with all superintendents. So it's more than just developing a team. Now it's time to show that team in action. You don't build a team unless you have a purpose, and our purpose at this point, other than just servicing the district's needs in a regional format and also providing an identification of specialized areas, it's also to support and build a common understanding of the Common Core rollout. TINET support update 2, subsection B, straight from Glenn Finkel. Glenn has prepared 250 words or less report that will be shared with KISA that outlines where we are going with Tynet, gives us somewhat of a historical perspective of what it is and where it came from, and where the project is currently, what are our challenges, how we are working to get all districts in Kenton County aligned and ready to go, how we are going to get there. Every journey has a plan. Glenn has shared with us what that plan is in an articulated way. And then how are we going to maximize our success? Because ultimately, our ability to support, implement, and roll out Tynet in an effective way in our local districts and facilitate that success in their district is tied to a lot of other initiatives that we have here at Kent ISD. So we will be judged as to the level of support and effective support based on how we can get Tynet rolling. And I think that we're up for the challenge. So we continue to refocus our directives to be able to get this thing done well. And we've got great people working on it. But that's our Tynet support plan. This will be shared at KISA next week. Again, we're in the educational tipping point. We continue to discuss long-range planning. At this point, we've gotten it down to option 1, option 2, and option 3. And we'll work on a clearer understanding of what those options are and what each of those options mean to Kent Innovation High, to KCTC, and how that program will grow. The programs within KCTC will grow, where program locations may be, whether they'll be within KCTC or in satellite locations, and what our focus will continue to be as far as programs. In addition, we continue to work through the hybrid school program. Again, our legislative group has definitely sped up the clock of implementation based on some of the things that they do legislatively. And as I speak today, there is debate right now about the cyber school cap. And those are things that we have to be prepared for. Instructional technology. Finished a video that shares what they do. The challenge that we have is that they do it so well. They are so good at what they do. They're in such a high demand, and there is such a high need locally. Andrew and Craig and Ron are experts in their field, and they're critical to serve local districts as they move from move from current practices into 21st century instruction. They're doing a great job, and they're in high demand, and we have to build a plan that creates a level of efficiency, and we're in the process of doing that. Right now, they've been very involved in Region 1 activities. They've worked with Kent City to roll out a one-to-one and support teachers in the use of that one-to-one technology. They're going to be involved in future activities with KTAC and KSA. Lots on the plate for instructional technology. Great job, guys. Seat time waiver. Again, without investing too much time in a plan that's not been board approved at this point, but the legislator looks like it's a slam dunk that it's going this direction. It's my belief that we will probably be working with a short turnaround, so we'll be pulling together a team to develop the seat time waiver proposal. And why seat time waiver? Why not just utilize the cyber environment? Seat time waiver is critical because if you study the way this has progressed around other states like Pennsylvania and Colorado, Florida, when these cyber school initiatives roll out at the state level, oftentimes there is a secondary push to reduce the funding for these programs. And if you utilize the seat time waiver and create a traditional school that utilizes blended and hybrid instruction, you're achieving the best of both worlds without reduction of funding capacity. So I hope that we're all clear as to why we're seeking the seat time waiver and doing the preliminary work that's necessary to be able to be in a position, should this happen and become a reality, that we're ready for the seat time waiver. So, Wave 3 grant. If you get a chance, take a look at this Wave 3 grant opportunity. Again, it's completely in line with the initiatives that we're working on right now. It's exciting. It's a very innovative grant application process, and if you get a chance, do a little research on it. I believe that we'll be pulling together a team very shortly to submit by the February deadline this Wave 3 grant, and it's kind of neat. Reflective leadership, teaching and learning. Obviously, we're rolling out Common Core, working closely with KLC and in support of the curriculum audit. Technology update. We continue to work through our technology aspects. I already shared with you what the IT staff is working on. special education, continue to review the site-based centers and continue with that conversation. This week, Mike Haggerty and Lori Vanderplug will be attending a meeting in Lansing to discuss the implications of cyber schools and Act 18 dollars should that legislation come into reality. School improvement team continues to work through the process of getting all districts to ingrain their school improvement plan as part of the common practice within their school. CTE and satellite programs, very involved in the long-range planning. We continue to explore a culinary arts presence in downtown, explore nanotech and mechatronics. So lots of things on the horizon. Calendar review. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow we have our next somewhat frequent update, face-to-face time. I hear Cheryl's going to bring some interesting little snacks, and look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Hey, have yourself a great day.